Namaskar friends, keep learning with Export Import Make in India campaign. And today in this session we will understand the job role of manager and senior manager for the sea export sales ocean freight. Okay, so this is the company which is belong to the sales ocean freight working as a freight forwarder company. Okay, so the company is growing company. Okay, just job about the job description is company saying that we are a big and fast growing company. Okay, so company looking for the suitable candidate. Okay, the suitable candidate who can handle this activity for the positions of the manager or senior manager, ocean freight, sea export. Okay, so here mentioned sea and ocean, the both are same, so there is no need to spell because that this is a sea export, not import. So in this process, the freight need to be take out from the different shipping line for the export. Okay, so this is the freight forwarder company in which the exporters containers are carried by one country to another countries. Okay, so for example we are the exporter and we need the booking for the container from India to Mexico. So in this process we need to hire the freight forwarder. So here this company is the freight forwarder and this will help in this process. Okay, so what is the responsibility toward the person who is sales ocean freight? This is the person need to be contacted different exporter who are exporting the goods from India to other countries. Okay, and the job role is a client dealing. So client dealing means that the person ocean freight manager need to be meet with a different client and need to understand what is the requirement of the freight forwarding, for which country they needs shipment and what is the terms for that. If ship CIF term, then it will be good for that company because that in CIF term is only the freight forwarder involved the freight forwarding this process. Okay, so the client need to be visit to the client for the dealing of the new businesses and need to analysis the which countries the customer is exporting the goods, for which countries they exporting the goods and need to understand by which port they export the goods. Okay, so this thing need to understand. Okay, and also need to understand like a uh, starting from port of loading to port of discharge and after port of discharge who will handling the destination ISC, destination transportation. So also need to be understand their counterpart of the organization, counterpart of the destination where this activity we handle. So this is a process in which the sales ocean freight manager need to be deal with the customer and understand the business requirement and team handling. Okay, so in the team handling of the freight forwarder company, the sales executive person is main aim to be bring the new businesses from the different exporters. Okay, so in this process he need to manage the team like a, when he is appointing the new exporter, then the documentation process to be required as KYC and other documents. So the team will handle these activities. Okay, just like a contract need to be prepared. Okay, and the credit limit need to be prepared. So for the, they need the contract. They need the team. Okay, after that when he booking the container, they sell the sales manager will intimate that the buyer, the exporter need the container for this location to this location. So team will book the container from particular port to port. Okay, then C export pricing. Okay, so as per the requirement of the country, different the C export pricing need to be done. So in this process, the sales manager need to be take the rate from the different shipping line. Okay, then export operations. So export operation need to also be done just like a when you have booked the container, the delivery order need to be shared with the transporter of the exporter. Okay, if transporter is involved in your facility, then you need to share this delivery order. So driver will pick the container from the shipping line yard. Okay, then this container reach at the factory of the exporter. Okay, so the document set need to be prepared from the exporter side. So this exporter side, this document mailed by the exporter uh, team, and this document will receive to the export teams in this company. So they will file the bill of shipping bill for that shipping line. Then other activity need to be complete. Okay, so in the process of this, all the activity of the operation in export need to handle by this export manager. Then C export documentation. So documentation is prepared by the exporter side, but this set need to be checked out and submitted to the custom for at the time of custom clearance. Okay, so this is the custom team will do this activity, but the client dealing process when the freight forwarder business and this need to be done by this manager of the C export. Then business development. Okay, so for the new business development, the manager need to be visit to the exporter to exporter and need to understand the what is requirement of the different exporter. Okay, so these are the work profile of this job post, but there are some additional requirement for this job is better if the person have, then it will be good to get this job. Okay, so prefer candidate profile qualification, minimum graduate required for this job post, experience required for the 10 year in the logistic freight forwarding company. If the person have a 10-year experience, the freight forwarding is eligible for this job post. Okay, the candidate must have experience the team handling. Candidate must have experience the documentation of the C export. Candidate must have the experience the pricing and C export. Candidate must have the experience the internal sales and C export. Okay, a key account role. So role is the key account manager. What kind of agency? Courier, logistic, and tech. Department sales, business, and department employment type full time permanent. So, job category enterprise B2B sale. Okay. So, guys, in this session, we try to understand a freight forwarder company need the sales for the sea export ocean. Okay, and what are the requirements and how to he need to deal with the client for the new businesses, how he need to team need to handling, how the export pricing will be done. This activity we have understand in this session. Okay, so guys, in this session, we have tried to understand the working of the sales manager. So, guys, thanks for watching the session. Have a nice day.